Hey guys, welcome back to another RDI episode. Today we're going to talk about how to make big cuts using Cameo 4. And the very first thing we have to do, of course, we have to open our Silhouette Studio, and we have the free version, not the business edition. The very first thing you have to do to be able to make bigger cuts, we have to change a few settings. We have the Cameo 4 today, and then the next one will be here. Go to cutting mat, and we have to get rid of that. So let's go to none. The next one will be the media size. We have to change that. We have to go to custom, and here we can readjust the sizes, but we're just going to leave it at 11.8 by 110 inches long. So that should give us plenty of room to be able to make a big decal. All right, so we have the first part. The next one will be for our decal today. We're not going to cover how to vector the image, but I'm going to show you how we can go about tracing our image. And let's go to file, and then we have to bring our image. We have to merge it. We have a PNG of it, and I'm going to select it. I think I have to change a few settings on my computer. For some reason, every time I bring it to my Silhouette, it makes it so big. But let's make it a little bit smaller, okay? I'm going to select on our image, and I'm gonna make sure that we have the sizes locked, and I'm gonna make it about 10 for now. And let's just let it resize itself. Since we're gonna be using the Cameo 4, we're gonna have to do different sections for this decal. And I'm about to show you, just so you get an idea. The rectangle represents part of the sticker. It's going to be the top part, and then we'll do the bottom part, which will be the bottom here, since we won't be able to just do one piece of decal or vinyl. The next step will be to trace it. We have a background on our image, but that shouldn't be a big deal. Let's select that and go to our tracing tool, which is it says open the trace panel. Now let's make a little rectangle, cover the whole area, and you should get this like yellow color, and go to trace, and it should be ready. I'm going to just move it to the bottom part. Now what we have to do right now, if you can see, it's all one design. Pretty much I have to do is just ungroup it, and I'm going to click on it and then go to release compound. No, actually, I think it's better if we go to weld. Well, maybe it's the same thing, but for now, let's go to weld. Okay, now remember when I mentioned that we have to group the first part, which is the top part, and I'm going to make sure that I just select what I need to be grouped. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to delete it just to make sure that I cover the whole thing. And yes, now let's go one step back. I'm not going to let go yet. Now I'm going to do a right click on the mouse and go to group. And let's see if we got it all together. Yes. Now the next step will be to do the bottom part. And I'm going to do the same thing. Let's delete it and see. I'm just missing this little dot. Let's go one step back without letting go. I'm going to press on the shift button and then do a left click on the mouse. Again, selecting or pressing on the shift button together, and it should add that little dot. And let's see if we do have it right. Now let's go one step back. Now click on the right side and let's group it. And let's see. Perfect. Now let's go back. I'm going to give it some color, or what I can do now, just remove the bottom, this original design. I'm going to give it some color. I don't like the way it looks right now, but I'm just going to select two different colors. It doesn't really matter which color you select. I'm just going to give it two different colors. It represents the top and the bottom. Just to make it easier, because if you wanted to save some vinyl, I'm just going to show you. You could probably just cut it in one piece like this, another one like this, and the same with the bottom, and you'll be saving some vinyl, which we used to do at first, but We just want to do it fast. We want to do this project fast because we're going to record. Remember, we have to make a lot of content, so we're not going to waste time trying to save this. So we're just going to leave it on one huge piece of vinyl together instead of saving this. Something just to keep in mind. And I mean, it's really up to you if you want to save it or not. If you have something like this. Now, as I mentioned, I know that our decal is going to be a little bit over 20 inches tall. Our vinyl cutter can only cut about 11, something less than 12, but I need to add some alignments. And I'm going to start about right here. I'm just going to go to this shape tool here, and then I'm going to start by adding a little rectangle, but let me get a little bit up close. Okay, and what I can do, I can just make a copy of this, click on it and do duplicate, and I can just move it a little bit. Now I'm going to make a copy of these two right here of the alignments, and just click on them and duplicate, and then I'm not going to let go. I'm going to drag them just to put them away from our other alignments, and I'm going to have to place this all the way to the right side. And if you can see here in the software, it's showing you if you want to align them, just follow the blue line all the way to the other side. Okay, now that we added our alignments, the next step will be to weld or group. I'm going to select, it doesn't really matter which ones you select, and I'm going to use this, the right side with the bottom part, and I'm going to shift button and then group, and I'm going to give it some color, and I'm going to do the same with the other side here, and then shift button, left click on the mouse, right click, group, and then give it the same red color, just to make sure that I'm hitting the right alignment. And repeat the same step with the top part. Okay, select, shift, select, shift, right, group, and let's see. Perfect. Now this is what I look like, up, bottom. Now the next step will be to find out the sizes. We only got an image or a picture of the vehicle that we have to work on. The customer wasn't able to provide the measurements, and that's not a big deal. There is a way where you can find out the measurements. It's not going to be 100% accurate. We've used this method several times. So far, we haven't had any issues. It works, I would say, about 96%. And you just got to keep that in mind. I don't recommend that you do this to every single project, but in case of an emergency, you can perfectly use this method. And the more information you have about the vehicle, the better, the more accurate the information will be. We know it's a Ford Transit and it's 150, and it's I think it's like 2019 or something like that. So let's go to Google to find out their measurements, enter our information. Again, Ford Transit 150 van back. And let's go to images. We got to find one that's, I think this one or this one will be good. I'm going to use this one here. Remember, you don't have to download the image. All you have to do, just do a right click on the mouse and then go to copy image. Now let's go back to our Silhouette Studio and bring it up here, paste it. Let's go back to and open another window and type in the information for Transit 150 dimensions. And we have two different models. We have the crew and we have the cargo. The more information you have about the vehicle, the more accurate the information will be, or like in this case, the dimensions will be width 81, height 82. Let's go back to our Silhouette. And what I'm going to do, since I have the dimensions, I'm going to make a little square. And just keep in mind, this may be very close to the actual sizes, but not 100%. I'm going to go to the tool, the rectangle or square tool, and I'm going to make a little square covering our dimensions or our width and our height. Now, if you click on this little square, you will see that it's not even close to what the size has to be. Right now it's at 2.42, 2.3. We have to make it bigger. We have to readjust it and make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to readjust it. And you just got to keep trying. This is going to take a few tries. And now let's click on this image. And now it's 4.95. It's almost 5 inches and by 4.7. We have to keep working on this, resizing it until we get closer to our 81 and 82. Okay, now we have what we were looking for, our dimensions. Let's show you, and let me get a little bit closer. It's 82 by 81.4. So again, it's not 100% accurate. Now what I can do, I can just remove that little rectangle so it does not get in the way. And remember, we had our little design here. I'm going to have to readjust it. Just make sure that you keep in mind that it's not going to be 100% accurate. So we're going to have to make it a little bit smaller. Make sure you leave enough room here. Let me get closer. Okay. Yeah, I think it looks good about there. Let me show you why we did it like this, why we did two different colors. I mean, the alignments instead of registration marks. When you have two different colors, you can easily see where to place the registration marks. But since the vinyl will be all black, it will be the same color. It's really hard to place it on top of each other because you cannot see any contrast. They're basically the same color. And that's the reason we do it like this. We just place them. Let me show you. Let me get closer. This is the reason why we do it like this. We just place it manually like that. And again, you don't have to do it like this. This may take some time. Whatever method you want to use will be fine. You could have easily just taken the measurements from here to here. You don't really need to use the alignments, but it's a good way to do. If you have a small vinyl cutter and you got to work on a huge design, you can easily do this method, okay? Now, what I need to do, I'm going to bring our decal here and move this a little bit. And let's see how tall it is. It is 11.023. We can easily place it here in our Cameo 4 cutter. And remember, to be able to do homemade cuts like this, you definitely need tape application rollers and especially rolls of vinyl. Also, if you want to watch this video, like the installation, there's a link that you can follow on the top right hand side, okay? All right, now what I have to do, I have to rotate this image, and I'm still learning how to use this software. There are so many things that I need to learn, but getting the hang of it. We have to go here and rotate it 90 degrees, and then just make sure that we place it in the cutting area here. Let me get closer and closer, and I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Okay, and it fits perfectly, and this is the reason why you have to get the rolls of vinyl, because it definitely measures bigger than 12 inches. You need the rolls as well as the transfer application rollers. If you can afford them, to get them, I recommend that you do. As always, thank you so much for watching. Give us a like, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and also get your materials through our affiliate store. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys until the next time. Have a great day.